ChatGPT is freaking everywhere. Let's go. So every single time I open Instagram, I feel like everybody and their mom say that their industry is oversaturated, there is way too much competition, they can't stand out, they can't get clients, and yada yada yada. They can't get clients, there is too much competition, everybody is already with this 1%, and there is not enough clients for everybody. There are too many coaches, too many social media managers, too many interior designers, too many personal trainers, and how do you stand out when there are so many people around you? And we love this. So let's break it down. How do you stand out in your oversaturated market? If you haven't met yet, hi, my name is Daria. I help service providers, founders, and coaches build their social media presence and get more clients and sales. And just over the past 2 months, I work with 5 operations consultants who work in a lot of with operations and systems and AI, and how do you integrate it within a business so it's gonna run more smoothly and save you more time. And with that, no, whatever your industry is, I don't actually think that it's oversaturated simply because there is enough room for everybody. And I know you're like, oh my God, Daria, it's like obvious, but your clients don't buy from you simply because you're the only option. Your clients buy from you because you are the most clear option out there for them. And in this video, let's talk more about how do you make yourself the most obvious go-to choice when it comes to getting your clients in any type of industry at all. Before we dive into that, I truly believe that oversaturated market is great. It means that there is a demand. If you are launching something and you don't have any competition, run, because that's probably not an offer that's gonna sell unless you're completely shaking up the entire industry and creating something brand new. But that's only 1% of the offers. Majority of the offers out there should have a competition. Competition is great. We love competition because it means that there is a demand for the services that you're offering and for the type of expertise that you are able to provide. However, I do feel like the problem is not the competition in itself. The problem is in your lack of differentiation from the competition. If there are 10 makeup artists and they're all offers the same service, the same price, but then still different people are gonna be buying from them. And one of the few reasons why is clear brand positioning. Having clear brand positioning immediately separates you from the crowd, regardless of how small, big, quiet, or large that crowd is. If you can have an extremely clear positioning of your business and yourself as a personal brand, as a founder of that business, it just sets you aside immensely. And clear brand positioning allows you to communicate your values, the type of people that you work with, how do you work with them, and how exactly you can help them solve the problem that they're experiencing. That is huge. You having clear brand positioning, meaning you just very easily can communicate who you are, who you work with, and what it is exactly that you do and how you help them. That's it. That's all you need to communicate. And the more clear and simple your brand positioning can be, so instead of saying that you are kind soul, avocado toast lover, and dog mom, you are saying that you are, I don't know, that you are a family photographer and you're specializing in maternity shoots. That's awesome. That's a very immediate brand positioning. I know that if I will get pregnant and I will need my maternity shoot, you'll be the first person that I hire, because instead of just saying that you are a photographer, you tell me exactly the brand positioning that you have. Another thing of how you're able to stand out from the crowd is when you're actually sharing your opinions instead of just educating people. Listen, ChatGPT is freaking everywhere right now, and we can sniff ChatGPT content miles away, even before we open a YouTube video or even before we read a carousel post or read a Substack. We know when somebody is trying to educate us coming from a ChatGPT perspective, and then we don't trust this person anymore. And instead of doing that, share your story or your opinions, because ChatGPT cannot come up with that. Sharing tips and tricks worked 2 years ago, but we are not in a tips and tricks market anymore because we are so overwhelmed by information. We can find those tips and tricks by ourselves by simply writing a couple of prompts into the ChatGPT. This is not something that we need anymore. What we are craving as people who are constantly online is connecting emotionally to another human being. You posting tips and tricks on how to do accounting properly is not gonna help me learn more about you and your story and me connecting with you as a human being. But what will is you telling me a story of how you started a business and what was the journey like and how you tried and failed something multiple times and what were the exact stories that happened only to you that you can share with me. That ChatGPT cannot come up with. And this is exactly how you stand out from the competition. Another thing that your competitors, not ChatGPT, can come up with is sharing case studies and then sharing proof that your concept works and that you are extremely knowledgeable at what you do and what you're selling, and you're very, very good at what you do. ChatGPT, your competition, they cannot come up with the exact case studies of how you help your clients go from point A to point B. They can't do it, but you can. And telling those stories is exactly how you're gonna stand out from competition and from the AI as well. I actually put together at least 100 Instagram stories ideas for sales that I personally use for all of my sales whenever it comes to Instagram. And no, they're not generated by AI. I actually went and audited all of my sales stories over the past 4 years, and I put together 100 ideas that actually brought me clients with the audience that I had. I'm gonna link it in the description below, but just know they're deeply, deeply rooted into telling a story behind your business, behind your client transformation or your own transformation. And in a nutshell, this is all that you need. Basically, from you standing out in the oversaturated market just means you are becoming so much better at telling stories of your client, of yourself, and what's happening in your business. You are so good at your own messaging, and you're so good at communicating the values that you have or what type of transformation that you're able to bring to your clients within your business. And this is how you attract the absolute best type of clients and highest paying clients too that you can ever have with your social media. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you subscribe for more videos about personal brand and sales. See you next time.